Hi, this is Winslow.
This is Crimson.
And if you like what we're doing,
Hit the like button.
and if you want to hear more,
Subscribe.
and please share it to all your friends.
Everybody.
The Casebook of Sydney Chase, produced and edited by Crimson McKenzie, written and directed by Winslow Swan, featuring Dave Arkipov, Will Dorman, Winslow Swan, and starring Crimson McKenzie as Sydney Chase. Tonight's episode, Target.
Checkmate.
Oh, you are getting better and better, Sydney. I didn't even see that move.
Alex, are you sure you didn't just let me win?
Sydney! I would never!
Yes, you would, but I'm only kidding, Dr. McDougle.
Oh, Sydney. Well, any new cases come up yet?
I was able to find Mrs. McCann's Cocker Spaniel yesterday.
Really?
The poor thing had wandered off and was trapped in that auto salvage yard. You know, down the road. Oh, you should have seen the look on his face when I showed up.
I'm sure he was quite happy.
It's tough being a private detective, especially with no clients.
Well, doesn't the advertising help?
As you can hear, there isn't a lot of knocking on the door or ringing of phones.
You know, you've had a couple of high-profile cases.
Yes, but mostly through Ferrari.
Ah, there, you see? I'll bet that on the other end of that phone call is a case that requires your talent.
Ugh, or a cat up a tree. Sydney Chase.
Sydney, how are you?
Speak of the devil. Well, hello, Tony. I'm doing well. How are you?
Never better. How's your friend, Dr. McDougle?
He's fine as well.
So good to hear. Listen, Sydney, I was wondering...
I knew it! I knew that this wasn't just a social phone call.
I haven't even asked.
You don't have to. I can hear it in your voice. What's going on now, Ferrari?
Ferraro. How many times do I have to tell you that?
That's what I said. Now, just tell me what you want.
Okay. How's your caseload right now?
Oh, I'm just swamped. Why do you ask?
I'm sending a client your way. His name is Harvey Steinberg. He's needing protection, or so he says.
Bodyguard? I'm not exactly the best candidate. I mean, I can handle myself in any situation, but...
Just listen, Sydney. The department is stretched to the limit right now. They keep cutting the budget, and I can't assign someone to take his so-called case.
What about Frankfurter Dorfman?
He is swamped too, and it's Duffman.
Whatever. So what is the case?
Steinberg is convinced that someone's trying to kill him.
Miss Sydney Chase.
You must be Harvey Steinberg. Won't you come in?
Thank you.
This is Dr. Alex McDougal.
McDougle, Sydney. It's very pleased to meet you.
Can he be trusted?
With my life.
Would you like a drink?
No, thank you.
Okay, why don't you sit down and tell me what's going on?
Someone is trying to kill me.
That's what Tony said. Now, can you be a little more specific?
You never heard of me, Miss Chase?
Sorry, but no, I haven't.
You don't listen to the local radio talk show in the mornings?
My mornings usually start at noon.
That's what I do. Morning Talk, WXRB. I deal with a lot of political issues that affect our city.
I thought that I recognized the name. Oh, yes, a talk show that upsets a lot of people.
I simply voice my own opinions.
And don't give anyone else a chance to voice theirs.
I take it, Alex, that you are not a fan.
I think that Mr. Harvey Steinberg is boorish, overbearing, insensitive.
Ooh, but tell us how you really feel.
I just don't care for his brand of opinion.
Ah, but you do listen to the show.
Well, I admit that I have heard a show or two.
That's all that counts.
Okay, we're getting off the subject. Tell me why you think someone is trying to kill you.
This, for one.
Cut out letters from magazines? Ooh, you are dead. When did you get this?
About 3 weeks ago.
Well, I'm sure that you get hundreds of letters that are threatening.
You can't do a job like this and not expect a certain amount of hate mail. I can deal with hate mail. This is very specific.
So, no return address, no stamp. How did you get it?
I found it on my windshield when I left the station. You see why I'm a little nervous.
Have you had any more threats?
Not until a couple of days ago.
What happened then?
I finished the show and did some promotional tapes when I left the station.
What time was that?
Usually out the door around noon. I walked out to the car and spray painted on my door was the word die in red paint.
Oh, yes, that would be rather unnerving.
To say the least. I contacted the police and...
Let me guess. A simple case of vandalism, and they really couldn't do anything about it.
Exactly. So I talked to Lieutenant Anthony Ferraro about perhaps getting some police protection. He said he couldn't spare the manpower.
Well, one note in a bad paint job doesn't necessarily mean that...
I would agree, Dr. McDougal, until last night.
What happened last night?
Someone, I couldn't see who, threw a rock through my front window. There was a note tied to it. Here it is.
You will be dead by Saturday. Did you let the police know about this?
They took a report and...
And that will be the last of that. So this Wednesday, which gives you 3 days, what would you like for me to do?
I really don't know, Miss Chase. I'm scared, and I just don't know what to do.
So, what's the plan, Sydney?
I'm going over to talk to the station manager, Alice White. Why don't you come along? Well. If it isn't Detective Dorfman. Hiya, hot dog.
Now I know what Lieutenant Ferraro is talking about.
So what brings you around?
Did you get a chance to meet with Mr. Steinberg?
Information about my clients, any of my clients, is strictly confidential.
I get it, Miss Chase.
Be sure that you do.
Even though I can't take the case, I did do a little checking. Thought that you might be interested.
Oh, okay. Always interested in information?
It seems that Harvey Steinberg had the same problem a few years ago. Threatening letters, a lot of phone calls, that sort of thing.
I already figured that one out, hot dog.
Just be careful with this one, Miss Chase. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to call me.
Oh, Frank, you really do care. Thank you for seeing me, Miss White.
Please, not so formal. Alice will be fine. What can I do for you?
Well, you can start by telling me why you think that someone would want to kill Harvey Steinberg.
That, Miss Chase, he's an opinionated, misogynistic bastard. He also happens to have a highly rated radio show, which, as you know, translates to higher advertising dollars.
So this is nothing new.
He's gotten hate mail with death threats before, but they turned out to be cranks. People who just want to get attention.
Did you know about the rock incident?
Yes, and it's most troubling.
Why is that?
We keep our records of all employees very private. How someone found out where Henry lives is very disturbing.
He could have been followed from the station.
Gives me the chills to think someone would do that.
Let me ask you, Alice. Do you think that someone is trying to kill him?
Oh, I don't know.
How many letters usually come?
Hundreds every week.
I'd like to take a look at those.
Well, here's one. Dear Mr. Steinberg, I think that you are dumb, your show is dumb, and you should be strung up by your toes. P.S. Do you know of a cure for dandruff?
I think you can put that one in the crank pile.
Well, have you come up with any possible suspects?
Oh, here's one. Dear Mr. Steinberg, you should be impaled on a wooden stake in the middle of town. Your lips should be sewn together so that you never utter a single word again.
Charming.
Oh, Alex, we're not getting anywhere this way. I mean, look at all this mail. There must be over 1,000.
And all of them much in the same vein.
It seems like everybody wants Harvey Steinberg dead.
Across the planet. This is your #1 radio station.
And we are back on WXRB Morning Rant. And I'd like to welcome Miss Sydney Chase to the studios. She is an actual private investigator who's been working on a little problem for me, and she is in the tech booth, keeping a very careful eye on me. I would also like to thank whoever sent the bouquet of balloons today. They're sitting right here, and they give, a touch of class to the studio. Now, let's get back to Proposition 10, which I believe is the absolute dumbest waste of taxpayer money in the history of... Help! Help me! I can't breathe!
Any word from the doctor, Alex?
Yes, it's very strange. According to the lab work, Mr. Steinberg is suffering from an unknown airborne illness.
That is strange. It has to be the balloons. They had to be filled with something.
All of the balloons.
Hi, Miss Chase.
Why, Tony. Fancy meeting you here. And I see you brought along hot dog. What brings you guys around to the ER? On your way to the morgue to see if your latest victim murdered himself?
Very funny, Chase. I'm here to talk to Mr. Steinberg.
Amazing how the police decide to finally get involved when someone is actually killed.
He's dead?
Maybe I should have...
Oh, no, just under observation at the moment. The doctor wants to keep an eye on him.
What did the lab find out, Tony?
A small timer was found that was supposed to burst all of them. So far, no known substance has been found. We will take it from here, Sydney.
Why don't we let Mr. Steinberg decide that? You dismissed him so quickly, he might want more personal protection.
Way ahead of you, Chase. I've already assigned Detective Duffman to him. Your services will not be necessary.
You can't do that!
It's already done. Go home, make out your bill, find another lost dog.
Don't worry. I'll keep you posted.
Like hell you will.
Listen, Ferrari. Someone tried to kill my client. And while I was there, I take that very personal.
Just stay out of the way, Sydney. I'll let you know if we need you.
Do me a favor, Tony.
What's that?
Don't do me any favors. And that goes for you too, hot dog.
What are you so intently studying, Sydney?
The book.
Well, I can see it's a book.
No, not like a regular book. This is the ratings book for all the stations in the area. Same sort of thing they used to use for TV shows.
Well, so what's so interesting about the station ratings?
Just curious. It seems that our client was at the bottom of the list for his time slot. That is, until he started getting death threats.
Oh, what happened then?
Oh, his ratings went through the roof.
And that is significant how?
It means that the station can start charging more for advertising on his show. You know what I always say, Alex? Follow the money. Miss White, thank you for seeing me again.
It's my pleasure. What can I do for you today?
I noticed that Harvey Steinberg wasn't doing too well in the ratings.
That's true, but he was able to bring the numbers up.
Which meant more money for the station.
I have to admit that sales have picked up.
Quite a bit in the last month. Do you usually change programming when something isn't doing so well?
Well, normally that would have happened. As a matter of fact, Harvey and I talked about that very thing the day before he found that letter on his windshield.
That is very interesting. Were you guys gonna fire him?
Oh, no. Harvey has been here for several years. First as an overnight disc jockey, then he moved to middays.
How did he begin as a talk show host?
He broadcast his opinion one day and the phones lit up. I saw an opportunity and jumped at it.
And the morning rant was born.
Yes, and it's been steadily losing its audience, which is why I talked to Harvey about making a change.
Miss Chase, Dr. McDougal, please come in.
Are the nurses treating you all right?
Very nicely. Hospital's been great.
What about your show?
Alice has been wonderful. They just ran a previous show today.
And tomorrow is Saturday?
That's why I called you. I know that the police have someone stationed outside, but I would really like if you would still handle the case.
I don't think that you need any protection.
Sydney, what are you saying?
Someone is trying to kill me.
The one thing, and thankfully it really helps, is that people don't ever remember not to leave a paper trail.
What are you talking about?
You have been sending yourself those notes and letters, and it was you who had the balloons delivered.
You are out of your mind.
Oh, you were very careful up to a point. You created that balloon bomb, but then you hired someone to deliver it.
I did no such thing.
Your credit card statement doesn't lie. A1 Delivery picked up the package at your apartment and had instructions to deliver it to the station at exactly 10 in the morning. I talked to the driver and, well, he remembered you.
And why would I do such a thing?
Ratings, Harvey, ratings. You were gonna be canceled, killed, yeah, off the show, possibly moved to a late night time slot. You needed an audience. What better way to get listeners and free publicity and a bonus than if it sounded like someone was trying to kill you?
It's true. I couldn't go back to being an average disc jockey. I made the station. Do you understand?
So he basically made the whole thing up.
You got it. Ferraro, any word from the DA?
He doesn't want to bring charges. He thinks it would simply be more publicity than is warranted.
Don't blame him.
Well, what did Alice White have to say when you told her?
Didn't you listen this morning?
Not exactly my go-to station on the dial.
I figured. Commercial-free music for 2 hours straight. Harvey isn't even allowed to set foot in the station.
Serves him right. So I guess you lost your fee.
Oh, already taken care of by Miss White. She even threw in a bonus for me.
Why am I not surprised?
You've been listening to The Casebook of Sydney Chase. Tonight's episode, Target, featured Dave Arkipov as Lieutenant Ferraro, Will Dorman as Frank, Winslow Swan as Alex, Mick Davis as Harvey, Annie Mick as Alice, and starring Crimson McKenzie as Sydney Chase. This is your announcer, Mick Davis, reminding you to join us for another adventure from the Casebook of Sydney Chase. Epilogue. The Butler Did It.
Have you ever had one of those days?
You're fired.
Where everything goes completely wrong.
Don't you lay a finger on me! I can't stand it! You.
And the day keeps getting worse and worse.
Hey! Hey!
And if just one more thing goes wrong, it could possibly send you toppling over the edge. Toppling over the edge. A suspense thriller from Winslow Swan, now available in paperback from Amazon.com. Sometimes you should take a step back. And then there are those times when even you could go toppling over the edge. Hang on to your sanity.
Hi, it's Crimson. If you enjoy these plays, please hit that like button. That way we know. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with all your friends.
The Casebook of Sydney Chase. Produced and edited by Crimson McKenzie. Written and directed by Winslow Swan. And featuring Dave Arkipov, Winslow Swan, and starring Crimson McKenzie as Sydney Chase. Tonight's episode, The Neighbor.
Hello, Dr. Alex McDougal speaking.
Alex, as quick as you can, get over to my place.
Sydney, is everything all right?
No, everything is not all right. I have a lot to tell you, and I don't want to do it over the phone.
All right, Sydney, I'm here. Now, tell me, what is this big emergency?
Well, now that I've thought about it, it isn't so much an emergency, but more of a gut feeling.
Why don't I fix us some drinks and you can start at the beginning?
It began last Monday. You remember Mr. Jacobs in 2B?
Well, only in passing.
Well, he moved out about a week ago. He decided that Florida was much nicer. Which it is. Anyway, a new tenant moved in Monday. I happened to be outside the office when she pulled up.
Hello, neighbor.
Hello.
I'm Terry Stewart, moving into 2B.
Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm
The famous Sydney Chase, private detective.
I wouldn't say famous. At least not yet, anyway.
Then the very modest Sydney Chase.
So what brings you to the city?
Boredom. I'm originally from Seattle, and I needed a change.
You couldn't have picked a nicer place.
And I live directly upstairs from a private detective, which means that I will sleep easier.
Most of my cases involve lost dogs or stolen jewelry. Not quite as exciting as you may think.
You mean it isn't like what I've read in books and seen on TV?
Oh, yes. Hardly. Most of the time I'm scouring newspapers or the internet, gathering information for my clients.
Well, maybe one day I can hire you.
Just ring the bell or Holla loud and I'll come running.
I may take you up on that offer sooner than you think.
Very intriguing, Sydney.
It was what happened after you left Wednesday night that has me wondering. My tummy started grumbling and I decided to walk down to that all-night deli. You know how I love my subs. Anyway, I was locking the door and...
Sydney?
What? Oh, Terry, you scared the life out of me.
Sydney, was that offer the other day genuine? I mean, could I really hire you?
Of course you can. What's going on, Terry?
I'm in trouble, Sydney. Real trouble.
Maybe you should come in and tell me about it.
I can't right now. I have to meet someone. I'm hoping that after this meeting it will be the end of it.
Would you like me to come with?
No! This is something that I have to take care of on my own. I tell you what, I will stop by afterwards. Hopefully it won't matter, but I have to tell someone.
Okay. How long do you think this meeting will take?
I should be back in an hour, if that isn't too late.
No, not late at all. Just ring the bell.
I still don't understand. What did she tell you when you saw her later?
That's just it. She never came back. I waited until almost 3 in the morning. I didn't see her at all yesterday, even though I knocked on her door a couple of times. Several.
Well, perhaps her meeting went longer than expected and she was simply sleeping in.
That was my first thought.
Let me guess. You broke in.
Alex! You know that's against the law.
Yes, it's called breaking and entering. So tell me, what did you find?
I am insulted, Alex McDougle. You really think that I would do such a criminal act?
What did you find?
You know me too well. It's what I didn't find that has me worried.
Oh?
Hardly any furniture. No clothes in any of the closets. No food whatsoever. Not in the fridge or the cupboards. Not even one dirty dish.
Well, she did just move in. Perhaps she is waiting for her things to be delivered. As for the food, well, many people only eat out when they first move in.
Some of us even longer than that.
No, I didn't say that, Sydney.
You didn't have to, Alex.
Well, come on, out with it. I know something else happened that had you calling me in a panic.
About an hour before I called you, I was just returning home from the meeting with a client when... Hi, neighbor. I was wondering what happened to you the other night.
Beg your pardon? Do I know you?
Well, sort of. I'm Sydney Chase. Remember?
I believe I have not had the pleasure. I am Terry Stewart.
Yes, I know. We met on Monday.
I have never met you in my whole life. Now, if you would excuse me, please.
That is very strange. Are you sure that it was the same woman you met Monday?
Extremely sure. I used to be a cop, and we tend to notice little things like that.
So, what are you planning to do?
That's just it. I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, well, as I live and breathe, the great detective Sydney Chase. All right, Chase. What brings you downtown to my office?
What? Can I just drop in on an old friend?
What friends do you have down here?
Now that's hurtful, Ferrari.
Can't you call me anything other than that?
Not unless I want my daddy washing my mouth out with soap. I can't.
Just cut to the chase. Chase?
Oh, look. He made it funny. Seriously, Tony, could you just do me a small favor?
What is it this time?
Could you run a name for me? Terry Stewart.
Why, of course I can. This stack of reports will simply write themselves while I do your work for you.
It just takes a minute, Tony.
Got anything other than a name?
Just apartment 2B in my building.
Well, now, this is interesting.
What is it?
Absolutely nothing.
What?
No record on a Terry Stewart.
What about a driver's license?
See for yourself.
Tony, are you sure about this being Terry Stewart? She said that she was originally from Seattle.
Yep, I'm sure. See? Turned in her Seattle license when she got her new one. No wants, no warrants. Perfect driving record. Now, is there anything else you can waste my time with?
Yes. You can tell me who I met last week.
What are you talking about?
That picture on her license is not the girl that I met.
Are you positive that Ferraro didn't make a mistake?
We checked it 3 times, Alex. How do you feel about being a lookout for me?
Sydney, will you hurry up?
It'll only take a second. There's nothing here anyway. Hang on.
Oh, did you find something?
It's a credit card receipt from the deli. Well, Terry must love subs as much as I do.
Yes, I do. Turkey club with American cheese. Why are the two of you in my apartment?
Who are you, exactly?
Miss Chase, I have told you once, I am Terry Stewart, and for the last time, what are you doing in my apartment?
Sydney, is this...
Not the one I met, not the one on the license, and not the one who invited me here.
This is ridiculous. I am Terry Stewart. I can prove it.
Then who, pray tell, was the woman I talked to the other day?
You saw Sherry?
Possibly.
Could the two of you please sit down? I will try to explain. You had the unfortunate circumstance of meeting my sister Sherry. She is so disturbed.
In what way?
Sherry was in a special hospital. A week ago, she managed to convince the doctors to release her, and now she is missing. I've been trying to find her, but I've been so busy at work. Miss Chase, can I hire you? It's imperative that Sherry returns to the hospital. She needs help.
What sort of help?
Oh, this is my associate, Dr. Alex McDougle.
Doctor, she's sick in the head. She's paranoid. She thinks somebody is after her. She fabricates these wild stories of people following her.
What did she do for a living?
I really can't say.
What does that mean?
Sherry was a State Department administrative assistant, but now I think she might have been more than just that, and it has me very worried.
I see.
Please, Miss Chase, you must help me find my sister. I'm afraid that...
Yes?
She started telling people that someone is trying to kidnap her to force her to do something.
Which was?
She never did give me any details. I beg you, please, Miss Chase, please find my sister.
Well, Sydney, are you going to take Miss Stewart's case?
I'm not sure, Alex. What do you think?
Well, it's obvious that she was worried and perhaps fearful.
I don't know. I just don't like the way she flipped on us.
In what way?
Alex, if you came home and found someone pilfering around in your things, what would you do?
Call the police?
Exactly! I had the distinct feeling that Terry Stewart, or whoever she is, was trying to avoid all contact with the police. Make us a drink, would you? I'll get the door.
Sydney?
Terry?
You must help.
Alex, get over here now!
What's going on? Oh my.
Let's get her to the sofa.
You answer the phone. I'll take care of her.
Sydney Chase.
Sydney, have you had any more contact with Terry Stewart?
When you say contact, what do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
Why do you ask?
Stay away from Terry Stewart, understand? Just stay away from her.
Tony, what's going on?
Let's just say that I was told to pass the message on to you and leave it at that.
Tony.
Just do it. This is bigger than both of us.
Sydney, are you okay?
I'm not sure. How is your patient?
Well, she's got a lot of bruises, as if someone beat her up, and pretty badly.
Beat her? Or was it torture?
Oh, first, who was on the phone?
Ferrari, warning me away from Terry. Alex, what have we gotten ourselves into? Feeling better?
Much, thank you.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, and why you are pretending to be Terry Stewart?
But I am Terry Stewart. It's just so complicated.
Do tell.
Okay. I work for the State Department. I was given an assignment because of some information that we had received. It wasn't supposed to be dangerous, but it sure turned out that way.
What was the assignment?
It's classified.
I don't care. I'm involved now.
You're right. I was supposed to infiltrate a group that was working within the city.
Are we talking terrorism?
Yes. And they will stop at nothing to accomplish their goal.
And what is their goal?
Saturday, the president is supposed to be coming here for a meeting at the State Department. Naturally, security is on high alert. But we received information that an attempt was going to be made to assassinate the president.
What were you supposed to do about it?
Just get some more information. However, I was caught and held the day after I met you. I was supposed to meet with my contact, but instead I was taken.
How did you manage to escape?
Dumb luck. Someone didn't lock the door when I begged to go to the bathroom.
So why did they beat you up?
They needed to know when the president is to arrive.
You said hundreds of lives are at stake. I mean, what are they gonna do? Blow up the building?
Yes. That's why they needed the information. I managed to get away before they got it.
When is he supposed to arrive?
That really is classified. I can't even tell you. I'm sorry.
I think we're gonna need a little help on this one. Tony, I need...
Before you say another word, let me introduce Mr. Paul Stoddard of the FBI.
Sydney Chase, and a pleasure to meet...
We know who you are, Miss Chase.
Sydney, I tried to warn you.
Miss Chase, we have a few questions to ask you.
Do you need to read me my rights?
Come on, Sydney. There's no need...
What did Miss Terry Stewart tell you?
Which one?
The only one there is. Now stop the games.
I think you both need to catch up a little.
You know, Miss Chase, I could easily have your license suspended. And then, of course, there's always jail time.
I wouldn't want to put you out of your way.
Will you cut the attitude?
I will if he will.
Just tell me what you know.
Ferrari, are you absolutely sure this man is who he says he is?
No, I just let anyone walk in here with a badge and don't bother to check them out.
I can assure you, Miss Chase, that I am with the FBI and that I can make life very difficult for you.
Is that a threat or a promise?
I've had just about enough.
Breathe, Tony. It's okay. Let's just say that Paul of the FBI is worried that I know where the bomb is.
What bomb?
You know where Terry Stewart is?
First, you tell me which Terry Stewart we're talking about.
Here's a picture. Is this Terry Stewart? So, this is where you live.
You already know it is, with your surveillance.
No need to. At least at this time.
Wow. Nice to see my tax dollars at work.
Can I see Terry now?
Of course. Alex? Terry?
Who is Alex?
My friend, so don't shoot. He hates the sight of guns. Alex, are you here?
Sydney?
Alex! What happened?
What's going on, Miss Chase? Where's Terry?
I tried to stop her, Sydney.
Are you going to be okay?
Oh, just a bump on the head. Actually, I feel a little stupid.
Let's not go into that right now. Just tell me where Terry is.
The apartment above me. Well, go on! Alex isn't going anywhere, and neither am I.
I'll be right back.
What happened?
Oh, well, Terry was very anxious when you left. She was pacing up and down and telling me that her mission was of utmost importance.
I bet it was.
Oh, my head. What does that mean? Who was that man?
I'll explain later. Right now, let's get you bandaged up so I don't get more blood on my new carpet. And, right now, you are the priority, Alex.
Oh, I'm fine. Just a little tap on the head.
Don't look like it, but what happened?
Well, she asked me to fix her a drink, and like an amateur idiot, I turned my back on her.
You didn't know. It could have happened to anyone.
Yes, Sydney, but it happened to me. Now what in blazes is going on? Oh.
The girl that we rescued just happens to be the bad one. Our Terry upstairs is actually the good guy.
Yeah, I don't understand.
She works for us.
And who might you be, sir?
This is Paul Stoddard of the FBI. Where's Terry?
I need to use your phone and call Lieutenant Ferraro.
Why? What happened?
Terry, that is, my Terry, is dead. Shot. And you let our best lead go.
I wasn't here, remember?
I don't care who was here. A very dangerous woman is on the loose, and if we don't find her, something very bad is going to happen.
Got any coffee, Sydney?
Want me to put a K-cup in or run to Starbucks for you?
Why couldn't you have just stayed out of it?
I didn't even know I was in it, Ferrari. Jeez.
I really wish you wouldn't call me that.
Try McDougle sometime.
Is there anything that Terry Stewart told you, Doctor?
Only that she was worried about the mission. That it was the most important thing, and nothing could stop it.
What about the bomb?
Well, if she is the bad one, she may have already planted it. Or perhaps she is going to deliver it on Saturday.
Which means we have to lock the city down.
Already taken care of, Lieutenant.
What do you need from me?
To stay out of my way, Chase!
He's right, Sydney. Just stay out of it, please.
Wow. Well, you ask so nicely, Tony.
Well, if I'm not needed, I think I shall go home.
I'll give you a lift.
Oh, no worries. I have my car.
Not anymore, Alex. Terry stole it.
What?
We found it abandoned about 3 miles from here.
That's strange.
Well, then I guess I will need a ride.
Call me when you get home, please.
The turnoff is right up here, on the left.
I know, Doctor. We aren't going to your home.
I don't understand.
We have a meeting to go to. I don't want your friend Chase to muck things up.
What are you going to do?
Don't you know? We are going to kill the President of the United States.
Thanks for the coffee, Sydney.
No problem, Tony.
What's the matter?
Alex should have already called. It's not like him to make me wait.
Maybe he forgot.
Alex never forgets. What are you looking at?
A file that was sent over from the State Department about our fake Terry Stewart. Here, look at this picture. You won't believe what this woman has done.
Like what?
She's part of a small group. They call themselves freedom fighters, if you can believe that. They're responsible for several cases of bombs and assassinations around the country. A couple of them right here in this city.
Such as?
Remember that bomb that took out the library?
They claimed that one?
Still an open case. Never could find any evidence, but apparently the FBI had plenty.
Why didn't they do something? 18 people died in that explosion.
I know.
Tony! What is this picture supposed to be of?
Let me see. A photo of a meeting of this group. Says it was taken by an undercover operative about 3 years ago.
Do you see what I see?
Oh my God.
I'm calling Alex.
I have a bad feeling you aren't going to reach him.
You people have lost your minds.
On the contrary, we are completely sane. It is time this country wakes up.
And this is the best way to do that?
Violence is the only way. Now shut up!
Sorry, Dr. McDougal. I really am. But don't worry. When the bomb goes off, you won't feel anything. It's over in a split second. No pain.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That is so comforting.
In a little over an hour, our plan will be finished.
Let's get out of here while we still can.
Hold it. Both of you.
How the hell did he...
Forget that and just shoot him.
Don't do it.
Alex! Are you all right?
Am I all right? Am I all right? It would be nice not to be tied to a bomb that is currently ticking happily away.
Bomb squad is on the way.
Alex, let's get you out of this.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Wait, Sydney, don't.
What is it?
It might be booby-trapped. I'll go and see what's keeping the bomb squad.
Sydney, what did he mean by that?
It means I'm staying right here with...
Sydney? What is it?
How long did they say until the bombing?
At least an hour.
Something's wrong. The clock mechanism must be broken.
I'm afraid you ask. What does it say?
That we have less than 2 minutes?
The bomb squad won't make it. Get out of here, Sydney.
No! I won't leave you!
Sydney, please, there's not much time.
Let me see. Okay. Alex, any idea how to defuse bombs?
This is no time for jokes, Sydney Chase.
Who's joking?
All right. There is usually a red and a blue wire.
There's 3. I see a blue one, but I'm colorblind.
Well, then try the one on the left.
Are you just trying to get to me? I'm flipping dyslexic. Left is here, right is here, right? Okay, 3 wires. Maybe I should just flip a coin.
Sydney?
Guess you're glad to be alive, Doctor.
Very much so, and this drink is helping quite a bit. How did you know about Paul Stoddard?
Our friend, Tony, showed me a picture, and standing right next to Terry was Paul, larger than life.
When you didn't call like you said that you would, Sydney put 2 and 2 together.
Well, good thing. But Sydney, how did you know which wire to cut?
I didn't.
What?
If it was the wrong one, we would have been blown up in a few seconds anyway. I mean, luckily it was the right one.
So obviously you cut the right one.
I don't know. I noticed that the bad Terry was the only one that wore the glitter makeup. I saw the wire that was shiny and figured it was the last one she plugged in, and I cut that one. It was a 50-50, but I did pick the right one, and you are alive.
I suddenly don't feel... don't feel...
I'll get him some water.
Might want to make that some wine, Tony. I think when he wakes up, I may be in a little bit of trouble.
Paul Stoddard was only wounded and is currently awaiting trial. Terry Stewart, on the other hand, managed to get away and is still on the most wanted list. As for Sydney and me, yes, when I came to, she was indeed in trouble. The trouble I take to love her even more for saving my life yet again.
The Casebook of Sydney Chase was produced and edited by Crimson McKenzie and written and directed by Winslow Swan. Our cast included Mick Davis as your announcer and playing the part of Paul, with Dave Arkipov as Ferraro, Winslow Swan as Alex, and starring Crimson McKenzie as Sydney Chase.
Also included in the cast, Rue Snow and Annie Mick.
The Casebook of Sydney Chase was produced and edited by Crimson McKenzie and written and directed by Winslow Swan.
Join us again next time for another adventure from the Casebook of Sydney Chase.
Epilogue. The Butler Did It.
If you'd like to support us, visit our merchandise store. T-shirts, caps, mugs, and so much more. Visit doorwaytonightmare.com today.
Have you heard any good books lately? Audiobooks from Winslow Swan, now available on Spotify.